Hello guys and welcome to another Tokyo Revengers video. And in this video, I will be talking about the newest episode of Tokyo Revengers. And this video will be an anime review for episode 41 of Tokyo Revengers, and in this video series I will be comparing the anime to the manga. And this episode covers chapters 139, 140, 141, 142, and chapter 143 of the Tokyo Revengers manga. And there was a lot of anime original content that got added to the anime during this episode, and these added scenes did a great job of expanding on the lore that was talked about during the Tokyo Revengers manga. And during this episode it was very obvious that the animators put a lot of work into this episode, and Liden Films did a great job of conveying the emotions of all the characters. And just by looking at the characters' eyes, we can really see how much the art style and animation quality has improved compared to the last two seasons. And this episode did a great job of building up the S62 generation, and this build-up was showing us that Izana has many powerful subordinates under his command. And overall, Season 3 is the best adaptation that we have ever seen for Tokyo Revengers, and I can really appreciate how this adaptation has remained faithful to the manga. However, despite all of the betrayal, Takemichi has gained new allies during this episode, and his bond with Inupi has become very strong. And I really like how they improved the eye color of Inupi during this season, and we can really tell that the art style is a lot more detailed. And I think that the fluidity of the animation makes this season a lot more enjoyable compared to the previous season. Anyway guys, before I get into this video guys, please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more Tokyo Revengers videos. So let's get into the video now. So this episode begins with showing us Yasuhiro Muto, and he is explaining the role of the 5th Division to Takemichi. And during this part of the episode we got an anime original scene, and in this scene Muto is saying that the reason why Mikey and Draken showed up at the fight ring is because he is the person who told them about it. And whenever there is a traitor Muto always informs Mikey about it, and their division can even punish traitors without Mikey's consent. And Muto said that he is the strongest fighter out of all the Toman captains, and this is the reason why he was given this special position. And then we get to see an anime original scene, and in this scene Emma is looking at the letters that Izana was writing to Shinichiro. And after remembering their backstory, Emma just started thinking about Izana. And we also get to see a flashback of the last time that Emma saw Izana, and during this time Izana is being sent to live at an orphanage. And chronologically this flashback was supposed to be shown to us in the previous episode, however in the previous episode it was only shown from Emma's perspective with all of the dialogue being removed. However in this episode we get to see the full context of this backstory, and we also get to see Emma's mother. And then the scene switches back to Yasuhiro Muto, and Muto is saying that his motto is guilty until proven innocent. And Inupi said that the reason why all this is happening is because he has a history with Izana Kurokawa. And during this part of the episode we get to see a flashback of the 8th generation Black Dragons, and Inupi is working under the command of Izana. However the anime removed all the dialogue from this part of the episode, and in the manga Izana was just telling Inupi to support the 9th generation. And Inupi said that the 1st Division has a traitor to Toman, and a Tenjuku spy, and Inupi also said that Takemichi is the ringleader. And in this moment we can see that Muto is just menacingly staring at Takemichi. However Koko said that Takemichi is not a traitor, and Inupi said that Muto has the wrong idea about this. And Koko said that the ghosts of the S62 generation are making their move, and Inupi revealed that Muto is actually a member of the Vicious Generation. And we get to see all the members of the Vicious Generation, and they are all training together at the Juvenile Detention Center. However the anime removed the tattoos of Shion Madarame, and they also made this scene into one visual instead of 5 separate shots. And Takemichi was shocked after learning that Muto is a part of the Vicious Generation. And Muto said that once Izana came back into power, his path was decided. However in this scene the anime removed the part where Muto talks about the history of the Vicious Generation. And then Muto started addressing Takemichi, and he told him that he is actually a founding member of Tenjuku. And Takemichi asked Muto if he is betraying Mikey, and Muto replied to this by saying that he wanted to follow Mikey, however since he met Izana before Mikey, his loyalties left him with no other option but to betray Toman. And we also got an added scene of Sanzu that was never in the manga, and this added scene does a great job of foreshadowing what will happen during chapter 206. And Muto said that now that Izana is his leader, this means that they are his enemies, and he told Takemichi that he is going to die. And Takemichi told Muto that Izana only cares about crushing Mikey, however Muto just said that they are trying to accomplish other goals. And then Muto said that the reason why Inupi joined under Takemichi is so that he wouldn't get manipulated again, and this is the same reason why he started following Taiju Shiba. And as compensation Taiju recruited Koko Hajime, and the reason why he recruited Koko is because Koko is a money-making genius. And Izana wants to make use of Koko's money-making abilities, however since Koko only listens to Inupi, Muto is going to force Koko to join Tenjuku by killing Takemichi and Inupi. And Muto started stomping on Takemichi, and then he asked Koko if he is going to decide to die alongside Takemichi and Inupi. And Muto said that Mikey isn't the only one Izana is after, and Izana also wants to use Kasaki's brains, Koko's money, and Mikey's charisma, and Izana wants to make good use of all of them in order to create the most powerful crime syndicate in all of Japan. And now that the S62 generation is 18 years old, Muto said that they are done playing with childish biker gangs, and he told Koko that he will release Takemichi and Inupi if he joins Tenjuku. However, Takemichi tried to stand up to Muto in order to save Koko, and Takemichi told Muto that he won't back down even if he gets murdered. And Takemichi said that Koko is a member of the First Division, and he will never let his subordinate be taken away, and he thinks that this is his chance for victory. And we can see that Koko is very surprised, and Muto is very angry, and Takemichi said that he is not handing over his subordinate. And Muto told Takemichi that he has no chance of winning this battle, however Takemichi said that it is not about whether or not he can win. And in this moment Inupi was shocked when he realized that these are the same exact words spoken by Shinichiro, and Inupi noticed the parallels between these two characters. And during this scene we got an anime original shot of Sanzu's reaction. And during this part of the episode we also got an anime original scene where Muto was beating up Takemichi, and this was an added scene that was never in the manga. And then Takemichi started charging at Muto, however the next time we saw Takemichi he would be waking up in a dumpster. And then we get to see a flashback of what happened, and Inupi tried to back up Takemichi who was fighting against Muto. However Muto responded to this by beating up Takemichi and Inupi, and he tried to pressure Koko into joining Tenjuku. However eventually Koko decided to save Takemichi and Inupi by submitting to Muto, and Koko told Muto that he will do whatever he wants as long as he lets them go. And while he was being carried by Takemichi, Inupi apologized for being useless, however Takemichi told Inupi not to worry about it. And Takemichi said that he had the completely wrong idea about Koko and Inupi, and after seeing that Koko sacrificed himself to save them, he now understands that they are good people, and he declared that they are both his friends. And Takemichi also said that he is going to get Koko back, and we saw that Inupi told Takemichi to follow him. And Inupi guided Takemichi to a secret hideout, and then Inupi started telling Takemichi the truth about his relationship with Koko. And then Inupi started bowing down to Takemichi, and he told Takemichi that he is putting his life in his hands. And then Inupi started begging Takemichi to please carry on the Black Dragons because it is his dream to rebuild the Black Dragons. And in this moment Inupi asked Takemichi to become the 11th generation leader of the Black Dragons gang. And after opening up to Takemichi, we can see that Inupi fully trusts him, and Inupi asked him to please save Koko. And then Inupi apologized to Takemichi for losing his mind, and then Inupi told Takemichi that this place is where Shinichiro's bike shop used to be. And Inupi said that for delinquents like him, this would be a place where they would gather, and Shinichiro was always sitting in the middle while working on a bunch of badass bikes. And all of the upperclassmen that showed up were so dazzling and awesome, however they would all be on their best behavior before Shinichiro. And the anime also added a scene where Inupi said that Shinichiro would always be smoking a cigarette. And in this moment Inupi revealed that Shinichiro is actually his hero, and we can see a picture of a young Inupi admiring Shinichiro. And the reason why Inupi wanted to rebuild the Black Dragons is because he wanted to recreate the Black Dragons in Shinichiro's image, and Inupi would always hear stories from the upperclassmen. And the upperclassmen always had a lot of fun talking about Shinichiro, and during these stories Shinichiro would be very awkward and bashful. And Inupi asked Takemichi if it sounds nice that even as an adult they can talk about the dumb stuff they did years ago with their friends. And the reason why Inupi joined the Black Dragons is because he admired that gang, however he joined when Izana was in charge of the gang. However, during the 8th generation they became a vicious gang that committed many crimes, and before he knew it he had been influenced by the gang that didn't follow Shinichiro's ideals. And during this part of the episode we got a lot of awesome added content, and this added content does a great job of expanding on the lore that was shown in the manga. And we get to see all the members of the S62 generation who are wreaking havoc, and we also get a sneak peek that foreshadows the backstory of the Haitani brothers. And Inupi said that he was scared that the Black Dragons would come to an end, and this is the reason why he started following Taiju Shiba. And after seeing Inupi's regret, Takemichi told Inupi that he understands how he feels, and Takemichi also told Inupi that there is someone that he wants to save. However, Takemichi said that he hasn't accomplished anything, and in this moment Takemichi revealed that he will become the 11th generation leader of the Black Dragons gang. And Takemichi told Inupi that he will be the 1st division captain and the Black Dragons leader at the same exact time. And in this moment Takemichi reached out his hand to Inupi, and he told Inupi that he hopes that he is prepared to get Koko back and crush Tenjuku. And Inupi just responded to this by shaking hands with Takemichi, and Inupi said that his life is in his hands, and in this moment he has a very determined look on his face. So this is where the episode ends, and this is the end of this video. Anyway guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, and want to see more like it, then like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.